Hi, welcome to Quirky Queen's Journals. My name's Kirsten. So I have been doing a series of paintings where I'm making quite distressed outlines around quite abstract shapes. So what I thought I would do was, that's quite a time consuming and an involved type of picture, but what I thought I would do was try a sort of pared down version on top of my many jelly prints. So this is one here that I made with acrylic paint and handmade acetate stencils, basically with just shapes that I'd cut out of acetate or like plastic folders, you know, plastic stationery type stuff. So here I have made some more shapes, just what felt right at the time, and painted the background. And now I am using Posca pens again to go round the outline. Now I like to do a double line with the Posca pens. I like to use two colours because I just feel it looks a lot tidier. And also we're dealing with a very solid colour in the background. We've got our solid shapes that have a pattern in them, and I just feel the two different colours of the Posca pen do help balance it out. So I'll go back and I'll use the black pen again after the silver. Obviously these have dried in between as well, but I thought I would cut that bit out. So as you can see there, I think with just the black, it's not enough. And with the silver, it's not enough. But the black and silver together, I think just makes the whole thing pop. And I love these. I think that it just takes your jelly print and you could put it in a frame or a mount and you have yourself just a beautiful abstract picture to, you know, hang up in your home. Obviously, you don't need to use abstract shapes either. You could use like, you know, simple floral shapes, faces, whatever. Just for me, I really love the abstract shapes. I love a really solid, organic shape. I think that you can convey like non-verbal information. That way you can put across like scenes that feel a bit tense, or feel quite joyful or relaxed, just whatever. I do think it's the best way to do it. I'm not sure any of these are conveying that. I think the one at the start was very relaxed looking, and then the one at the end, you know, that's from the painting series, it looks a bit more stressful. That's just my interpretation. And I do plan to do those paintings but on a smaller scale, because they do take a lot of time, because you're basically doing a lot of layers. So what I thought was, if I take it down to like an A4 or A5 size, just to be able to make a video with it. I love these shapes. They're so simple, but they're very effective. Now this one has a lot of brush marks on it. I haven't mixed the paint very well, but I think that kind of adds to it. So I may put on a second layer over this one, but I kind of like the background textures. I think there's enough going on within the shapes pattern-wise, especially with the way that bronze is quite scratched looking. I actually think it works with the background. And I chose yellow this time. I do feel that yellow Posca pen, it's obviously not metallic, but it does give it's got a lovely finishing touch to it, the way the colour sits. With the solid colour in the background as well, I have made some of them very opaque and then others very transparent. So I think the next one is very opaque, and then the one after that is very transparent. So it just, you know, you can see the different effects. It's not just a, you know, you can only do it one way. I think this has the potential to do, you know, a lot more with the jelly prints, which I have so many of, and I just feel they just need something just to make them into a full picture. And I don't just want to use them all for collage papers, because in a lot of ways they're too good for that as well. So it's just about trying to add in those finishing touches, the embellishments to them. So this one is very opaque. That is Payne's Grey. I was reluctant to use black. And for me, I wasn't sure. I thought, do you know, the shapes looked a bit small on that background. That background is very strong. But actually, I think I use... Do I use white and silver here? I think it's white and silver. And what I've done is, by going over the actual outside of the shape more with the colours, it's just helped. I think it's helped make them bigger. And I think as well that the Posca pen lines look more opaque because they're more on that very dark and solid background. So the shapes with the Posca pen colours added in do end up strong enough to balance out that background. I think you just got to work with what's there at the time and make your decisions that way. So I referred to the series of paintings I'm doing, and the very first painting at the start and then one that comes up later on, you know, they're done on A3 watercolour paper. There's a lot of layers. But what it is I take the contours, the outlines of the shapes, and, you know, I spend a long time distressing them, and the pattern in the shapes as well. I'm trying to distress them quite a bit too. And I'm really enjoying doing that. But I will make a video, you know, showing the kind of process that I use for that. It's just, you know, I like to try new things, and I find when I get too comfortable doing one type of art, I feel like, oh, I need to try something new here. We're getting boring. I think it must be the fun part for me, as a lot of it's in the kind of discovery of new things, I suppose. Now, that was turquoise blue in the background, and as you can see, it is quite transparent, which I think works well because that pattern's got quite a lot of small parts to it. And I used pink and gold for this one, which I think was a great combination, and it was actually nice to see you can do it without black or white and still get a really good, strong effect. I've been trying to work out what you would call this type of art. Is it pop art, or is it more like mid-century modern because of the shapes, you know, the solid kind of organic shapes? I am not sure. And not that I really feel that I have to categorise it. I just think it's helpful because then that way you can, well, I can research it more because I know I have like keywords to research. Do you know, I nearly left parts of the black in the outline, and I'm glad that I covered them up because I think sometimes I over-rely on black and white, you know, to create contrast and focal points. So I have at least 100 other jelly prints that I can do this to. So it's going to keep me busy. It's mindful, it's relaxing, and, you know, I've fair enjoyed my morning doing this. And I hope you will too. I hope you'll give it a try. Even if you do it in your own style, you know, like if it's flowers or landscapes, whatever it is, you know, there's just more you can add to these. So here is a picture of it. I also made some other jelly prints this morning that I didn't show you the process of. And this is another of the painting series pictures coming up. So I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you soon and take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.